It's October 3rd, and you know what that means. No, you are not watching Mean Girls. Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 502. This is your captain speaking with the one and only El Jefe Moses Marquez, here to discuss every single twist and swerve in pro wrestling.
We wear black on Thursdays, not close enough. Coming up, tonight we predict this Saturday's Bad Blood, and it looks like it's good when it's a short one. Triple H special, 5 matches. And just like the bad guy from Karate Kid 3, NXT goes silver. And man, it's been a good show. WWE and the Blackout controversy. Booker T is shaking his head already. Plus, the Golden Gauntlet continues into week 2 as last week's winner, Ted P. De Niro, goes against Truly, and it's going to be a good one. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below right here on the Max Wrestling YouTube page. Follow us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcast, and head on over to the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com, for all your links and a whole bunch more. But before we get all too crazy, before we get started, Daz cannot do this on behalf of the beef that he has with the Walker. One of these days, they're going to have to grill it up, and it is what it is. But we and everybody out there, we want to send our best wishes to Travis, to Corey, to Chris, to everyone in North Carolina, and everyone affected by Hurricane Helena and all the craziness surrounding it. If you want to help, and we would appreciate any help in any possible way, we have a link provided down in the description below. Hit that link, send some help their way. We appreciate anything you can do to help them out.
I didn't actually know it was called Helena, but that's perfect timing because Hell in a Cell is coming up on Bad Blood, and let's get straight into those predictions. That is a great segue. I'm sorry. Beautiful. Jump into the comments with your predictions, and of course, you can join the Max Wrestling Facebook group to join the official predictions title. Pay-per-view predictions. But like we said, it's a Triple H special, 5 matches, and 1 Hell in a Cell match because, of course, it's not only is it October, which used to be the place of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Thank God they've stopped doing pay-per-views named after matches. Yes. But Bad Blood is back, and of course it is the original home of the Hell in a Cell. So let's kick it off with Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Certainly some bad blood between these two. Ain't no stipulation. It's just them two one-on-one. Something tells me it's not going to be one and done because there's too much beef between these two for it to just be over in one match. So I'm going to go Balor gets the win.
You and me are in the same exact boat. I'm like, if this one was a Hell in a Cell, because this feels like it could totally be in a cage, Hell in a Cell. It should have a stipulation, is what we're all driving at here. This match should have a stipulation, and it doesn't. So there has to be interference, right? Somebody has to get involved. Something has to happen for us to stretch it out a little bit more. So I think it'll happen. I do think it'll be on the side of Finn as well. Anything to add to the babyfaceness that is Damian Priest, they want to do. I think they will want to do. And yeah, having the fucking goddamn what the hell is JD McDonough? God, I hate that fucking name.
Big head Finn.
There it is. Fake Finn. I love that. I think he's gonna show up. He's probably gonna be the catalyst, interfere at all, whatever, and we'll keep it going. The question is, how long can you keep it going? Because I think the next one we got is Survivor Series. No, it isn't Survivor Series in November.
Yeah, unless there's a Saudi show in between.
Hey.
Which I haven't actually heard if there is, so I don't think there is. I think Survivor Series is the next one.
Please keep it that way.
And hopefully that leads to Judgment Day versus Team Priest, whoever he can get, because he's out there on his own right now, apart from Rhea, but she's got her own beef to deal with.
Hey, hell, fucking Triple H used to do it all the time with Chyna competing in the men's match. For all we know, she could totally do that anyway, but I'm sure she'll have a title defense.
Yeah, which takes us to the next match, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the women's world title with Dom Dom in a shark cage. I have a love-hate relationship with shark cage matches because they sound so dumb on paper, but that's what it is. It's a shark cage, but in reality, it's just you shove them in a cage. But you have to specify it's a shark cage.
And they say this so that way you're like, what? This fucking like this man in like a bird cage. And that's what Dom's going to be. He's going to be the fucking Tweety bird in this fucking massive cage. And I think it's awesome. Personally, I like it because it gives me the old school feels. That's always, me. I'm the retro guy, if you will. No, I don't want no more beef. Okay, I don't want no more beef.
Judy
Just saying.
Bagwell on a forklift.
Hey, attaboy. I mean, we have our love
Nah,
hate of the
I like
retro.
the idea. I like the concept. I just hate the name. It just sounds stupid on paper.
I, you're not wrong. It does sound stupid on paper, but I mean, I think the naming is for like the casuals
Yeah,
or whatever. It's to garner attention.
you got
You're
to
right.
dumb
It
it
is a
down a little bit. Although I have never heard a shark cage stipulation announced more perfectly than by an Australian accent lady. It sounds so much more natural coming from Rhea Ripley with her Australian accent. Shark cage, mate.
it's just
I can't do an Australian accent.
I ain't be
Um,
shotguns, mate. I can't either. Mine sounds too Ange.
I always kind of go too Cockney when I try Australian.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I can totally see how you go that way. Yep.
Uh,
Now we're off on a
however,
tangent.
I think Liv's pe- people are gonna cry like babies, but I
Oh
honestly
yeah.
think her reign has run its course already. And it makes more sense to put it back on Rhea because I don't think she
Yeah.
was ready to drop it anyway.
No. I think you're again 100%. I think this is. Yes, people are gonna cry when Liv loses, or if Liv loses. Let's stop. Let's keep. I mean, you never know. We,
We're only
we, we got to
predicting. We
be
don't
able to
know.
have a right. You have to have a little unpredictability here. But let's say Rhea's hot right now. That used to be the old saying: whoever's hot's gonna have the title, and that's what we're used to from Vince. But at the same time, it's fucking Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? Who better than Rhea Ripley? And you're right, it has run its course. You really can't stretch a Live title run any longer unless, like I said, you want to go to November for
Mm,
Survivor Series. But even then, what are you going to do for the next 5 weeks, 6 weeks? The same
yeah.
thing. So now he's going to be in a bird cage next time instead of a shark cage. And he's in there crammed. Like I don't know. I just it's if you want to continue this story, it's better for Liv to be the one chasing.
Yeah.
So
Has she even defended her title against anybody except Rhea in this reign?
if I'm not mistaken, once she won it at WrestleMania, the only person she is defended against has been Rhea. No, wait,
Yeah, it
she
was
had no.
SummerSlam. No, she defended it against Rhea at SummerSlam. It was she won it from Becky, but I'm pretty sure Rhea was her only title defense.
That's right because she was world champion going into WrestleMania.
Rhea was, yeah. And then she got injured, dropped it. Becky won it in the Battle Royal. Then Liv beat Becky, and she's had it ever since. But I can't think of anybody else she's
And then
defended
yeah,
it against.
SummerSlam was the Yeah, no, I literally want. Yeah, I think you're 100%. I think Rhea has been the only course that they've ran with this one. Which definitely
Yeah.
means it's time to give it up.
Yep. Give us mommy.
Hey,
Give
don't
mommy
say
her
no to
baby
that.
back.
Ooh,
All right. Now on any other card, I would say this would be the main event, but Roman's on the show, so I think it's safe to say the tag match is main eventing just because it's Roman.
just because.
Um, so if you put this bang slap in the middle, then you have the other women's match as a cool down, then you get to the main event. So let's go Hell in a Cell, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Um, nine,
They have
10 months in the making.
they've been
They've
plugging the fuck out of Punk as a good guy, or trying to. Like on social media, it's just fucking. They're just trying to love the people, just trying to love this guy, and it's like, oh fucking.
they seem to have both very much been tweeners in this feud. Like
Mhm.
there's one of them's always screwed the other. There's no clear baby face or no clear heel in this
These guys
feud.
just they
They
literally
just
just
hate
hate
each
each
other.
other. Yeah, and it's
Um,
great.
the segment on Raw in the cell was great. Love the return of the old school cell. Thank you very much, Papa H.
Hmm.
Fucking hate that red monstrosity. Um, but this obviously is the end of the feud we've had. This is the third pay-per-view feud now. It's
Oh
been
yeah,
going since the Rumble.
Jesus Christ.
Um, and then Punk moves on to whatever for his 1 year anniversary next year. for his return next year, next month,
Next
even.
month. I was gonna say, goddamn.
Cool.
Celebrate your 1 year on
Next year's his
duty,
1 year
motherfucker.
anniversary. Yeah, next month is his 1 year anniversary of returning to WWE, so he's probably going to move on to something for that. End this feud with Drew now.
Yeah,
Uh,
they have
but
to
who wins?
separate.
Because they want a piece, obviously.
I hate to say like the winner has to go towards the championship, but I think the fucking winner has to go towards the championship. And in this instance, I'm so sick and tired of Drew getting wasted.
Yeah.
I'd rather him lose and like can get rebuilt or whatever, or fucking re-aimed, or just be this asshole for the rest of his fucking or WWE fucking contracted career. I think Punk needs it. I think Punk's the one that needs it. I feel like they're getting ready to, and I have this weird feeling he's either going to hang out in NXT. He just seems to have that nice feel in NXT,
Yeah.
or he's going to be the guy throwing the monkey wrench in between Cody and fucking Roman, even though he's on Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Survivor Series. Survivor Series is coming up. They have this interbrand, the one time the interbrand, blah, 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 blah. I just feel Punk is getting ready to get some kind of go on. But
Yeah, I mean, he's held his own since he came back from this injury. He's had two pretty physical matches with Drew and managed to survive so far. You don't get much more physical than Hell in a Cell.
no. But then
So,
again, like I'm saying is, if we're gonna look to right after this, let's just say the first whoever wins this is gonna go after Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And do you? I mean, both of them. It sounds like shit to hear. Well, who would you rather want to lose right off the bat? And again, as shit as it sounds, that I would rather, I guess, waste the name that is CM Punk versus Walter, or God damn it, Gunther,
yeah.
than what could be one of the best fucking big man matches we've ever seen.
I mean, yeah, you could probably save Drew and Gunther for the Rumble, which time Gunther would have had a decent reign. Drew can actually have a win and a good reign because he's had two shots at the world title this year. Won one, lost it immediately, and then lost the other one in fucking Scotland.
Scotland.
Still don't forgive him for that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it was Punk's fault, but um, but like you said, they keep wasting Drew because they keep getting him to the world title and then not giving it to him, or give it to him and then take it right back off him.
Yeah.
So to do that again and put him against Gunther and then Gunther wins would be another slap in the face. So
And
Punk
that's why
win.
I'm saying. That's what. Yeah, I'm going with the Punk win. That's because that's it. It just feels, if you're gonna have to do it to somebody, do it to Punk. You can play it. You can play it up as the monster needs a monster to beat him.
Yeah. So then Drew can beat Gunther at the Rumble, go into Mania as champion, face whoever,
Right.
because we're probably going to go with Seth and Punk for Mania. Maybe
Yeah.
even a triple threat.
I hope not.
Yeah, I kind of hope that Punk and Drew, this is it.
Yeah.
They've had an amazing feud. Let's not stretch it any further.
Yeah, please, no thanks. But if it happens, I guess. But I would prefer you guys leave it as Punk and Seth for right now, and that's kind of what we want. And you can leave it for Mania, and we'll accept it. And I know I will. Don't force a fucking belt into this.
Let's not Becky and Ronda this and shoehorn a Charlotte Flair into it.
Perfectly put.
So I hate to say it, but probably the cool down match, Nia Jax versus Bayley. It feels like there's been no thought put into it because obviously Bayley lost the title to Nia and then hasn't feuded with her since, and then she had to win back a rematch, and Nia's defended the title since then against somebody else. Um, I don't think Bayley's winning it back. I think Nia's obviously retaining. There's been a lot of tension between Nia and Tiffany Stratton, so this may be the time to pull the trigger on Tiffy time.
I was just gonna say, how many teases have we had with Tiffany by now? And then there's been a few.
Yeah, but
Been
they're
a
actually
few.
like pushing it now. Like, um, there's tension between them because obviously they've been teaming together and hanging out, which is kind of unique, really, for the Money in the Bank. We haven't really seen it before. How the Money in the Bank holder is kind of side by side with the champion all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that unpredictability that they could cash in at any moment when they're literally in your corner.
Yeah,
So,
that has been a new dimension to the whole Money in the Bank feel, and I like it a lot. Because it just builds anticipation. It makes you think when's she gonna pull the trigger, when's she gonna pull the trigger, when's she gonna pull the trigger, and yeah, Nia has to retain Bailey. There's no way Bailey's gonna win it right back. Um, and then even if they do, that's got to be like an immediate change to Tiffany. But then that just
mm,
doesn't. That
makes
just
sense.
exactly. It feels like shit. I don't like it. Don't do it. Hopefully,
Nah,
Tripp is
she's definitely cashing in on Naya.
yeah,
They've been building that storyline
and
wise.
and you fuck that up, and we're gonna have an issue. So yeah, Jax has to win it.
We'll do bonus points for Tiff cashing in.
Yeah, I was gonna just say the
Because
same thing because I'm not too sure either. I feel like that's something you can continue to stretch. You can stretch this motherfucker as long as you really need to, just because that anticipation's still gonna be there. We're gonna be that like, well, you're gonna do
yeah,
it. Okay, you're
I
not.
mean,
Are you gonna do it?
realistically, you could keep it going to June, which is when she won the contract. But it just feels like a red herring to have Nia versus Bailey. It, especially considering how big all the other matches are on the show. This just feels
Yeah.
like an afterthought. But then, is it really an afterthought if we get Tiffy cashing in at the end?
Now you see, when you put it like this, you make all the sense. You understand? And that's what and and that I feel is yeah. That I think that's the perfect way to do it. It's not a massive show, but it's one that's going to garner attention because you have a
Mm,
Roman returning, you have a Hell in a Cell match, you have reasons to have eyes on this show. A cash in happens. You've made a star who now has to go into the Rumble thinking who's going to win the whole thing, and then you can beautifully build it up that Nia destroys everybody, and Nia goes right after Tiffy, and then bam, there's your WrestleMania match, which seems a bit far fetched and maybe a little underwhelming, but if they play it up as well as they've been playing the simple teasing of a cash in, I don't see how it can't work. And of course, that's when the doorbell rings. So, um, I do want to get into and now I get to talk to the folks here. This is the fun part. I do want to get into how awesome this fucking this build, this like weird coming of partners, if you will, the way that both Cody and Roman realize that deep down they kind of need each other, even though Roman keeps going with the you're in my way, you're in my way
trying to
in
do an
life.
award-winning podcast with Sam fucking Roberts from New York. Shit.
Shit. Love that part. That's my favorite part.
Um,
But I was jumping into I was just kind of on the rambles because um I was I was going back and I keep rewatching this fucking stare down at Georgia Tech where it's Cody and Roman and the whole and at first it was fucking beautifully thing for Jeremy Borash still does not get enough credit for it.
nope.
Um, but I think what it is that was a little bit of Roman realizing, fuck, I kind of need Cody.
Yeah.
It's that's been the subtle story behind this. As much as there's animosity, as much as Roman hates him and should hate him and all this other thing, he realizes I need this fucking guy. I need this dude to be my partner to help shut down whatever the fuck this bloodline is. And then we continue to refer, Survivor Series is but 5-6 weeks away.
Mm.
The bloodline has the five they need: Cody, Roman, and my guess the returning Usos.
Oh yeah.
You know, who knows? Maybe even Uncle Dwayne or
And
something
then
crazy.
you got Sammy too.
Oh yeah, bring in the fucking the honorary Us. That would be great. Because what is Sammy doing right now? Fuck all.
Yeah, I mean he's challenging Gunther on Raw next week, I
I,
think.
Yeah.
Um, but he probably isn't going to win.
No.
But I mean that could have been on the show if it wasn't a Triple H special, 5 matches. But I just realized the only titles on the line on this pay-per-view PLE are the 2 women's titles because you got your WWE champion in a tag match. There's no title on the line with Punk and Gunther. Punk and Drew already jumping to Survivor Series.
Yep.
Sammy and Gunther isn't on the show. Priest and Balor got nothing on the line. So don't tell me they don't push women.
I was gonna say, I was like, Jay's too busy being IC champion doing shit.
So as
Hey,
far as the tag match goes, I do have a little bit of doubt because Roman's not indestructible anymore. Cody beat him at Mania, so he could take a loss, and it would make sense if they lost if they can't coexist. But at the same time, do you really put Solo and Jacob over Cody and Roman, who is one of them is your biggest fucking star in the whole company, and the other one is the WWE champion right now.
yeah, and yeah. Um, and to answer your question as simply as I said that, yeah. Yeah, you put the bad guys over. You gain again. What is the one thing that the bloodline has had since Roman was running it? Numbers. They've always had more numbers than everybody else. What do Cody and Roman are, as far as we know, are going into this thing with the fucking sense that all they need is them. They don't need any backup. They don't need Jay. They don't need Jimmy. They don't need Sammy. They don't need Uncle Dewey. They don't need nobody. They just need them, and they feel that that's going to be enough. But again, the problem is there's too many numbers. So if the numbers come out, then yes, we have a reason to keep it going. We have a way to get out of this without somebody looking bad. And I think that that's kind of what you need to do. You need to build towards a Survivor Series match. You need to continue to display how Roman and Cody are looking at each other like, fuck, we need to really work together if we're going to get this done. And we're going to really need to figure this out together if we're going to get past this so-called bloodline. And I think that has to start with them getting fucked over. Because again, there's nothing that's going to garner better heat than being outnumbered, than the interference, than losing, dirty. Even if it's not a loss, not an actual loss, even if it turns into like a fucking DQ or whatever kind of chicanery is necessary. Whatever they want to provide is necessary. You need to build more to this. You can't just take this and go, all right, cool, let's go to Survivor Series and these guys versus these guys, because you're doing it right now. So what's the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, we have to figure out how to build it. I don't want to say we should see Jimmy come back on this show, but if he does, hey, extra little pop.
I mean, speaking of returns on the show, I did just have kind of a light bulb moment. Because what we know Bloodline is probably going to be against Bloodline at Survivor Series, but what does that leave for Cody? Because there's nobody really to feud with him as champion. He's already had 2 matches against Solo, and they were kind of eh.
Mm-hmm.
Does The Rock come back at Survivor Series? Cost Cody and Roman the match. Bloodline piles on them. So then you got your Bloodline versus Bloodline setup. But if Cody faces The Rock at Survivor Series, because we know they're probably going to go Rock and Roman, and we already have that tease last time we saw The Rock that he wants to face Cody. You hearing this, Papa H?
I'm digging this because I think when you look at it, the way I'm putting it, it's just simple to see Roman and Uncle Dewey. It's just simple. That's as peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? It's as fucking easy as tea in a cup.
Yeah.
But you bring in that wrench of he follows whoever is wearing the I forget what the fuck the stupid thing is called.
The Ulafala.
Thank you. Whoever's wearing the crown, if you will, to make it easy for those out there who are going to stumble over the words like me. You make it a little easier that way. With that being said, like you have your numbers right there. It's Solo. It's Jacob Fatu. It's the fucking
Tama and Tanga.
Tama and Tamaloa. God damn it. Tama Tonga
Can,
Tonga
can they
Loa.
not call him God in WWE? They don't have the rights to that
No,
name.
I'm pretty sure that's still owned by New Japan, but then again, I don't know what still is owned by New Japan because I don't know.
WWE probably wouldn't go with Gorillas of Destiny either because like they'd be like, why are you calling them gorillas? No, not that kind of gorilla.
Oh, see, all the
Gorilla with a
heat,
U.
all the heat, would they be getting all the heat right now for it? So yeah, no, you're 100%. It's a good reason why they don't have it. But again, you already have that lovely set bloodline. So then you would have this other one, and I think you can build a Rock versus Cody off of that. I don't know how many fucking world championship matches we've had on Survivor Series. Normally, the fucking world champion is doing a Survivor Series match. Maybe he's one of the guys that's leading the Team Raw or Team SmackDown, if you want to go all the way back to those days. And I think that's what'll happen here. It'll be a couple of months of Cody just being a part of something, and then we can branch off to, okay, well, now the bloodline's gone because The Rock was over there. Now that The Rock lost, okay, well, now I want a fucking shot at the belt. And that doesn't have to be the bloodline. That's just The Rock versus Cody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which could then continue to build to a rematch of Cody and Roman. It's just, we need to get past the factions before we get into individual. And the only way to do that is to, again, fucking the best bloodline wins, I guess.
I think Cody needs that feud with Rock though because his reign has been admittedly a little bit lackluster through no fault of his own. He's just had no competition.
X.
Like against Roman, he was the top star chasing the title. There's been no top star chasing his title.
I feel like there just isn't a top star.
No, Cody was the
thing.
top challenger. Roman's been gone.
They've made nobody in his absence. Nobody took his place. It was just all right, cool. Now you have Cody.
They had him against veterans like AJ and who else did he face? KO.
Yep.
But like nobody who really stood a viable chance of beating him. And then we're probably going to get this feud with Randy soon too.
Please.
Hopefully after Survivor Series, because I'll be happy if my prediction comes to fruition.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, now for the fun stuff, because some people think a German suplex can only be performed in Berlin. And as such, this is shit Mark say.
Deutschland.
They hate Japanese wrestlers. They know less than we forget. They don't know who's the bestler. They're having a wank to Jim Cornette. Not a single GCSE between them. This is shit Mark says.
All right, let's kick it off with one that has been a pretty hot topic and a bunch of people have jumped on.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is the guy that kicked off the whole debate and went viral with his tweet, and I don't even know what the hell his name is. It's KXNGAO. It's just a bunch of letters, dude.
Bunch of letters, dude. Nice.
So he pointed out it has been. It's gonna open up a can of worms. It has been 791 days since a black man has won a 1v1 pay-per-view singles match on a WWE main roster. And that was a show that was booked by Vince. It was Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory at SummerSlam. He then continues, that means Triple H has never booked a black man to win a pay-per-view singles match on the main roster. So keep pretending like Swerve didn't have a point. Everyone else sees right through the BS. Okay. It's a statistic that you can't deny. Fair enough. Does that mean it was deliberate though? Or does it just mean it was an overlooked fact?
Okay, I'm trying to ask. I don't want to get canceled. But outside of Nia Jax and I guess Jey Uso, who's technically not really black, what black stars are there?
I mean, they're all in it. Well, I mean, Carmelo's on his way up. So
Oh
let's
look, no. These fucking cats don't want to look at goddamn NXT like fucking Trick Williams isn't running the
yeah,
bitch.
NXT is full of them.
Like
But
fucking come on, dude.
uh, how are you going to ignore the fact that they're pushing Carmelo to that main event stage?
But that's the thing. There's nobody there. I guess this argument would make a little more sense if like they had pushed Bobby Lashley. But I don't even think Bobby Lashley's under contract with him anymore.
Nah, he'll be in AEW soon.
So exactly, well, yeah, we could tell from we'll get into that whole thing. But that, you know what I mean? Like they just don't have a prominent black star. I'm sorry, and it's the fucking truth. You want to push Carmelo this early? All you're gonna do is ruin the poor kid.
Yeah.
You're gonna ruin him. So it's like outs, and then I'm really trying to
But
fucking think of who else. What fuck? You gonna fucking push Xavier Woods to the World Championship? Kofi Kingston?
I mean, they're in a pretty hot feud right now, the New Day breakup.
Exactly.
And
So
then
you're not gonna take him from a hot feud just to push him in a singles competition. You're not gonna do it. The kid's an up and comer. There's who else? I'm baffled over here because I really can't think of like who else is gonna whatever. And wait a minute, is that true? Because didn't Nia win the championship on a pay-per-view?
oh, that's the thing. This is just men. So
Okay.
if you look at how much Bianca and Jade have been pushed, so are we saying that Triple H only doesn't like black men? Because he
that
doesn't seem
seems
to have
a
a
bit
problem pushing black
fetched.
women.
Because again, that seems a bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
Because I'm not being, and I mean this as nicely as I can. There's like 6 black guys. There's like 6 black guys in WWE right now. That's it. That's it.
And it's not as if he's only pushing white guys, because the main event scene is full of fucking Samoans. Full of them.
Samoans. Last time I checked, Damian Priest was Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
also you got The Rock in this whole argument too, as far as I'm concerned,
hey,
because people seem to choose when he does and doesn't count as black.
for real. Thank
Like
you.
when Kofi Kingston won the WWE title, and everyone was like, he's the first black guy to win the WWE title in years, and people are like, wait, what about The Rock?
What about The
So
Rock?
now Rock's been on pay-per-view. He was at WrestleMania, for fuck's sake, main eventing. Does that not count anymore?
Oh, The Rock, it wasn't black until he did Ballers. That's what the people don't want to tell you. Jesus Christ, people. You the fucking the
Pick and choose your
audacity.
fights.
Seriously.
Can we clarify? Does The Rock count as black? If he does, then there's been a black guy on a pay-per-view match this year. If he doesn't, then Kofi was the first black WWE champion in years. Pick.
Please pick. For the love of Christ.
I'm pretty sure I got more for this too.
Oh God.
Was that one?
I just
Oh no, not for that, but I do have some more stuff. There was a lot of people that jumped on that this week, though.
I'm sure.
This is just a douche. So, AI Air, who was actually a pretty good account, shared Tony Storm in an interview in Japan where she said she had a 3-month love affair with Stan Hansen, and he gave her a lariat, but not with his arm. And DDMster said, "Who the fuck is Stan Hansen?" The dude, not even a clothesline. A lariat is not a clothesline. The dude who took everybody's fucking head off with a lariat. That's Stan Hansen.
This is like I'm really trying to fucking compose myself here. This is like saying, and I hate this guy deep down. It's like saying, who's Tom Brady? Who's Joe Montana? Who's Wayne Rooney? Who's David Beckham? Who's fucking the original Ronaldo? Like, what? Jumbo Sahuda, I guess I could say, like, yeah, it's fine. I understand why you don't know Jumbo Sahuda. I guess I can understand why you don't know Giant Baba. Like, I guess I can understand certain people,
But Stan Hansen?
but thank you. But fucking Stan Hansen.
I know he retired like almost 15 years ago, but
I don't
throughout the 80s, the 70s, 80s.
I don't think people know. I don't think Bruiser Brody was ever really in the States like that, and people know Bruiser Brody.
Oh yeah.
But somehow, some way, a guy that killed it everywhere he went, including the States, and more especially in Japan, you don't know Stan Hansen?
No, and he was actually in WWE for a few years too.
Yeah. That's the thing. As I know it was early years, but fuck.
Yeah, it was like pre-WrestleMania years, but still.
Exactly.
He was out there with Pedro Morales, with Bob Backlund, with Bruno Sammartino. You know who Bruno Sammartino is?
But that's what I'm saying though. If you can know those guys, you
don't
know
know
fucking
Stan
Hansen. If you know the Wild Samoans, you should know Stan Hansen. If you know the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, you should know Stan Hansen. If you know the fucking early fucking Sting days, for fuck's sake, which is just a little bit after Stan Hansen left to Japan, you should know fucking Stan Hansen. Like, wow, that's bananas.
Isn't he in the Hall of Fame too?
Huh?
Isn't he a Hall of Famer? Well, yeah, he was in WWE Hall of Fame.
WWE Hall of Famer. I want to say New Japan Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's definitely got to be in the New Japan Hall of Fame.
He's in the fucking oh yeah, definitely has to be. What's the one? He's one of the fucking more recognizable dudes in the what's that stupid Cauliflower Alley, which is where all the old fucking wrestling legends go to die or whatever the fuck.
But yeah, it baffles me that people don't know Stan Hansen. Like, if you know Ric Flair, you should know Stan Hansen. It's prime NWA.
Prime fam.
Okay.
Internet's killing me today.
Now, I I always got to mention people that wish, excuse me, injuries on wrestlers because I get not liking a particular wrestler. There's a few I don't like, but to wish an injury on a professional athlete who's just doing their job, and for something that was probably just it pissed you off because it was kayfabe too. Like, grow up.
Hey.
Angel said, "I hope Cora tears her fucking ACL again."
Oh.
Why? Because she cost Julia the title, which was scripted.
Oh.
What is your problem with Cora Jade? Enough to wish that kind of nasty fucking injury, which she's had twice now. Twice.
That's
yeah, that just tells me I mean, Julia's profile picture, so that kind of tells me a lot.
Hey. Sass maybe.
That tweet just tells me that there's still a 1 at the front of your age.
Oh, for sure. Might even be 11.
Only
God
just.
Almighty. I can't wish injury on anybody. And again, I'm a sports fan though too. So there's days where I'm just like, fucking, Bukayo Saka just fucking collapses or whatever. But deep down, I'm like, please don't. That's bad for the game. It's bad for the people. I don't want their team to win, but hey, I also don't want their fucking one of their best guys to get hurt. That's fucked. And nobody should be thinking like that, especially somebody who's been through fucking two fucking torn ACLs and is yet still battling back to do this. I'm sure it took you weeks to battle back from a fucking paper cut, fam. Okay? Let her do her fucking thing. Don't wish injury on nobody but your goddamn self and maybe the fucking your dad that abuses you. I don't know. Mendes brothers. How to do it.
Moving on from that one. We've seen a lot of ACL injuries in the past maybe half a decade in WWE, and I think what it is an ACL is a really fucking serious injury. But I think they come back from it so soon that it's not completely like 100% healed and still kind of fragile. So like you look at Cora Jade, she's had 2 very close together. She tore one ACL,
Yeah.
came back, and it was torn again within a couple of months.
Yeah, I think you got a point on this one. Like they give everybody what they call the average recovery time. Oh, you should be good by about this time, and then they go into rehab. Oh, hey, I feel good. Let me push my rehab, and I'm sure that doesn't fucking help. I'm
No, and then they
sure,
get back into a physical sport.
and not only that, but then on top of that, there's lifting and there's exercise and there's all these other compounds on top of it. I always love to compare actual sports to pro wrestling. Right now, Spurs is dealing with a dude who has a hamstring injury. 6 weeks he's out. A hamstring injury. And you know what a hamstring injury would do you in the WWE? They'd probably just tape it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I understand that these guys aren't running miles up and down a pitch, and they're not having to, fucking do one-on-one, duels or whatever have you. And yes, there is a difference in what these guys are going to be doing, but injuries at the end of the day, as I'm learning in college, by the way, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, they're all very much the same. Injuries happen regardless. A torn ACL is a torn ACL, whether you tear it on a football field, walking down the street, or fucking getting out of bed. It tears the same way. And so the recovery should be the same regardless of profession.
Yeah, and so don't be a dick and wish injury on people.
Again, I hope you get a real bad paper cut.
Now we got Larry.
Hey!
Just Larry.
Just Larry, okay.
Responded to Drainmaker, who's pretty prominent on Twitter, sharing a clip of Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale in the street fight at All Out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, again, this happened at All Out, and you can see the words All Out in the background because it was on the big-ass fucking screen. Larry says,
love this already.
No amount of stunts will save Collision. Time to pull the plug.
Aww.
Somebody want to tell Larry that this was not on Collision? Granted, it was on a Saturday night, I think. But
Fucking Larry.
Do you watch the show, Larry?
Larry's like, what the fuck's Collision? How do you? I don't understand. Like, in a way, I get like the sarcasm, like being, oh, ha, ha, let's make fun of it. Yeah, I get it. I get your fucking dumb joke, but like, it fucking says All Out. Like, everywhere.
Oh, I think when was the 29th? I think it's because he posted it on a Saturday.
Again, that's
29th. Oh, it was Sunday. So you got even less reasons to think it was on Collision because he posted it on a fucking Sunday, Larry. You dumbass.
Move Collision to Sunday. You fucking Jesus.
Trying to be the new Sunday Night Heat.
I'm about to say there's confusion. Wow. There's confusion, and then there's good old fashioned stupidity. And I know where Larry lays his hat.
Okay. I'll finish it off really quickly because we still got AEW to get through, but this ties into AEW actually. So obviously AEW and Warner announced that they renewed their deal, got a whole new deal with Max streaming as well and everything. Great deal. Discount on pay-per-views. It's a solid deal. And then for months now, probably all year long, we've been hearing about how AEW is going to get cancelled, particularly from Eric Bischoff. The ratings are dead. Warner doesn't want them anymore. They're going to get thrown off TNT and CBS. So when was this? This was yesterday. So it was.
I love how everybody's so fucking confident of TV deals, especially coming from one guy who got canceled.
Okay, so I originally thought that this was somebody jumping the gun and saying, "Oh, AEW is going to get canceled and everything," and then of course the deal came out. But this is actually a response to the deal.
Oh shit.
To NDA Destroyer said,
okay.
I'm doubling and tripling down. AEW is done. You think WBD isn't going to cancel his contract on 8 months when these numbers keep dwindling and no ad revenue, no new max subscriptions, low streaming numbers, increased overhead and production costs, and they drain the networks? This is going exactly how I had it mapped since like 2021. I called this out step by step. This is officially the coughing call for the worst wrestling promotion we've ever seen in AEW. All 5 AEW fans taking victory laps will be in shambles in 8 months.
So, who wants to tell them that they already outlived Nitro?
Somebody want to tell Bischoff that.
Like this. Okay, here's my and I don't understand. I as a sports fan, I understand hating the rival team. I understand these things. I understand. What is the fucking point of it, though, in the land of professional wrestling? Where, in reality, if you really want to fucking look at it, this is different leagues. There are different leagues. I can go to TNA. I can go international and go to Japan, go to England. I can stay domestic. Yeah, I could, you know what I mean? There's different leagues. I can play in any one of these. And having wrestlers of different caliber in these different leagues makes the overall product of professional wrestling better. So to have hatred amongst them, I can't stand that goddamn fucking German league, them bastards or whatever. I can't stand the Saudi league or whatever. They're all in the same business. So to have the hatred is fucking ridiculous, especially when in reality they help each other. This deal is only in reality is only going to help not only AEW, it's going to kind of help WWE too, because this deal is going to mean, oh shit, there's TV money out there. And since they're going to hang out on USA Network, they're going to be like, hey, we'd like a contract extension. That's money in their pocket. They just went to the WB. If the numbers keep going good, what are they going to want? They're going to want a contract reconstruction, and they're going to want more money. Why? Because AEW got more money. AEW did this, and this is AEW numbers. This is going to help wrestling. Oh, it's not going to help it's not going to help the Max subscriptions. I don't think it needs to help Max subscriptions because motherfuckers are going to want it regardless. But I promise you it's going to help its viewers. I promise you it's going to be a nice little avenue for their sports, because right now I'm finding out that they cover a lot of sports. And when you do that, that's going to garner more viewers, because when you have the football fan, both American and international, all of a sudden goes on fucking Max and realizes, oh shit, I can watch my local college football games. Oh shit, I can watch the fucking Chargers. And hey, what do you know? Thanks to things called like fucking, HBO Max or whatever, maybe I can watch the fucking Champions League. Maybe I can watch fucking championship football. Maybe I can watch the Europa League. Who knows? But you're giving an avenue for other people who like other things to say, oh, cool, thanks to AEW, I now know about this. Thanks to AEW, I now know about that. And then the beauty of it all, the library, the tape library, the thing that WWE once had that made the world go bananas, the WWE Network, the ability to go back and watch anything and everything that WWE had ever produced. Now we have that ability. Yes, it's nowhere near the size of a WWE library, and I understand that, and that's fine. Sometimes size doesn't matter, I guess. But it's still 5 years, and it's going to be all AEW.
It might be Ring of Honor too.
Exactly. We don't know what all is going to be in it. It's probably going to be all Ring of Honor as well. And it's one and then I hope this one as well, because I've been pitching it and pitching it and pitching it and pitching it and pitching it. I really hope and pray this can be where PWG can come back to life. This is where you can bring the hardcore indie fans back to PWG shows all up and down LA and broadcast them right there on Max. Not only that, bring in the fucking PWG tape library.
Oh yeah.
That's how you get, again, you want to get, what was the way that they did with the WWE Network? They brought in all the older, like AWA, all these older promotions, the Territory Day Wrestling. That's what got the old heads watching again, right? You want to get the diehards that fell off of the overly promoted wrestling? Give them PWG for free.
And you really telling me they're not going to get more subscribers when they're offering discount rates on pay-per-views when okay, yeah, TV ratings are down in AEW, but they are constantly making so much money off pay-per-views.
I was going to say, yeah, TV ratings may be down, but I don't think I've ever seen the fucking pay-per-view ratings drop.
And here's the thing: a lot of people know how to stream these days. I'll admit we don't get AEW live in the UK. I stream it every Wednesday night so that we can talk about it on a Thursday, because otherwise we don't get it on actual TV until a Friday.
That's again, if TV is dead, and
Yeah.
I love y'all to death, and I know we live and die on these things called the rating systems and the hoopla and the blah blah blah, but the reality is when we get to say like max 1,000 and we're old and gray, fucking cable television ain't gonna be a motherfucking thing. It's going to be the thing of the fucking past. All these ratings are going to come internationally, globally. How do you get all your ratings? Well, I got them off of YouTube, Max, fucking this thing, all going to be streaming.
TV series never go viral anymore. It's always Netflix shows, or Prime shows, or sometimes even Apple TV fucking shows.
Go Ted Lasso.
So yeah, shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta
Please
say.
and thank you.
It's good for AEW. It's good for wrestling.
Thank you. It's good for business.
Business. That's what we're in for. Now we're gonna head for a break, so we're gonna leave you pondering over this random wrestling fact, and that is, who is the only person to appear on the 1,000th episode of Raw, SmackDown, and Impact? Stay tuned for the answer.
Curious.
You can stand by my side all alone, but these wounds will not heal on their own. Who's got your back as alone? These wounds never heal on their own. But I pick my fights behind enemy lines. Rising from the flames, I'll never be the same.
Welcome back to the Cap and Mo Show. This is your captain speaking. He is El Jefe. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you are liking and subscribed on YouTube. Follow us everywhere, and for all the information that you need, go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. Beautiful. And the answer to the random wrestling fact: who is the only person to appear on the 1,000th episode of Raw, SmackDown, and Impact, is Naomi.
It's not Jeff Jarrett. I thought it was
It's
Jeff
not Jeff Jarrett. Obviously, she was there for Raw, SmackDown, and she just came back from TNA, where they recently had their 1,000th episode. So Naomi is the only person with that honor. Good for you, girl.
Cool. I'll start fucking pushing it. Anyway, still to come tonight. We look back at this past week's NXT and, of course, last night on Dynamite. But first, it's week 2, match week 2, if you want to get fancy, for the Golden Gauntlet. It is a winner stays on tournament, and the winner will challenge Corey Cypher for the Max Wrestling Television Heavyweight Championship of the World at Promo Series. Last week, Ted P. De Niro defeated the Phoenix in one that we didn't think was going to happen, but it actually went down, and Ted P. De Niro looks to hopefully move on against me. The challenge is up. Let's see how he does.
And I tell you what, if TV does actually die, we're going to have to rename this title the Streaming Championship.
Nice.
Golden Gauntlet is here, and who better to be next in line to go against our former world champion, Ted P. De Niro, than yours truly, one half of the entire guys, like team, if you will, running the whole show. It's one half of the former best tag team there ever is, there ever will be again, and yes, we're coming back for him. But let's keep it funky. Perhaps I am the best tournament competitor Max has ever seen. You see, that's the crazy thing, Teddy. You have this beautiful saying, and we've all said it before, you know, if you don't get it, then it ain't for you to get. And I think maybe, just maybe, these tournaments are something you just don't get. when I come into the frame in a tournament sense, all bets go out the window. I become the favorite. I become the, oh no, it's going to Mo. But it's okay. Come on out. Give me what you got. Give me the old work promo. You know what I'm saying? We're at work. Got to get jobs done. Got to get the life happening, but we got to get the promos in at the same time. So I respect what you got to do. As you see, I'm here putting in the work. This is a little bit just before I got to get going to do the lovely show. So I'll have my time nice and ready. Are you going to have the time nice and ready? You know what I mean? I know how it is with the Ted P. De Niro. Maybe he shows, maybe he doesn't. He relinquished his titles because he didn't want to defend, or maybe just because maybe he didn't want the smoke coming his way. Because, you know, it's hard being the top dog. It's hard being the top dog. I never had that issue. Never be scared of being the top dog. But to each their own. To each their own. And speaking of each and their own, this is the Golden Gauntlet. This is, you lose, that guy goes on. Let's see who goes all the way to the end. Who can survive them all? Who can survive the treacherous ways down that road, down the collision course? If you know what I mean. A little plug to the show that you see in the background here. But again, none of this is beside the point. What is the point is, Teddy, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate that you have that dog in you to keep fighting. Knowing that you're up against the best tournament guy there is here in Max. Now, granted, statistically, I have no idea if I am. I'm just that goddamn confident because the reality is I've won 4 tournaments I've been in. I've won 4. I've won, I'm going to say 2 King of the Mics. I don't know how many 2-time King of the Mic winners there are. I won the Promo Bowl. And there's some other one I forget. But again, the fact of the matter is I've been winning tournaments since year 2020. I've been winning tournaments since we were in the lockdown days, Teddy. Since we were in the lockdown days. You understand me? But the fact of the matter is this goes bigger than you, Teddy. This goes further than you, Teddy. This goes beyond you, Teddy. Because once I get to you, I got to go to the next fella. And then the next fella. And then the next fella being the champ himself, the television champion, the guy, the reason, the king, if you will. The reason, though, we're all here competing is because we have no choice but to play the game made by this so-called self-proclaimed king. Because that's the way we get a television championship title match. Done deal. That's what we want to do. You want us to jump through hoops? I'll jump past Teddy P. I'll jump past whoever's going to come next. I'll jump past anybody from the past or the future because the present is right now and it's happening in front of your face. And the fact of the matter is, I will move on. I will beat Teddy. I will beat whoever's next. And I will be the guy standing face to face against Corey for my Max Wrestling Television Championship. Yes, I keep one on hand because the fact is I was the inaugural television champion. I am the only 3-time television champion, and I am the best goddamn television champion there has ever and ever will be. As they say, you're just holding on to something that doesn't belong to you. And yes, Corey, I'm talking to you. Because within due time, I will get it back. Promo series is coming hot, fast, and in a hurry. And Ted P is going to be one lovely casualty. And whoever the guy is coming in next week is going to be a lovely casualty. And whatever surprise I have the week before promo series will be just another casualty. Because the fact is, my win-loss record does not reflect the true drive I have when it comes to that television championship. I may be down. I may be 4 losses on the trot. But I always will make a comeback. So, Teddy, go on back to work. Don't go get yourself in trouble. And Corey, you might want to grab onto that title just a little bit tighter. Because the fact is, I'm coming for it. Whether you like it or not. And well, hey, If you don't understand that, then it ain't for you to get. But I know you get it.
So as you saw, the longest time right there, but wasn't quite like last week, is of course El Jefe, Moses Marquez. He advances to next week to face another mystery opponent.
That easy, Teddy. It was that easy.
What's up, guys? It's your TV champion here, Cypher, letting all you know to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/MaxWrestling. We're available on all podcast platforms as well. And give us a check out on social media too, such as Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Also, check out the beautifully done website of maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. New episodes every Thursday. Come and check us out, like and subscribe. Love you guys.
All right, now let's get into these recaps. We've already talked a little bit, but let's go straight into some TNA Total Impact in 3, 2, 1.
Impact in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's get into it. Post-Victory Road Impact, Jordynne Grace and her mystery tag team partner from NXT, Sol Rucker, versus Wendy Chu and Rosemary ended in a no contest after Tasha Steelz attacked Grace and Masha Slamovich made the save. Jonathan Gresham defeated Laredo Kid by submission, working on his knee. Then backstage, Mike Santana appears to storm into the System's locker room armed with a chain. Zachary Wentz and ABC defeated Speedball Mike Bailey, Leon Slater, and Kushida as Wentz hit Kushida with a UFO cutter. Backstage, as Cody Deaner tries to come between Jake Something and Hammerstone, he ends up getting challenged to a match with Hammerstone next week. Lee Ying Lee, former Xia Li, defeated Hyan with a torture rack followed by a thunderstruck. And then in the ring, it seems that Josh Alexander has come to his senses as he receives praise from Eric Young, but as they go to leave the ring, Alexander hits Young with a suplex and a C4 spike. Finally, Steve Macklin tries to make the save, but Sinner and Saint intervene and throw him to Alexander as well. Backstage, while talking with Steph DeLander, Santino says he's tired of Matt Cardona's antics and books him in a Monsters Ball match at Bound for Glory against PCO. Xia Brookside defeated Heather Reckless with Ash by Elegance, his own move, the Rarefied Air, and in the main event with Nick Nemeth on commentary, Kazarian stole the number 1 contenders match against Joe Hendry with Brass Knucks, but the match restarted. Joe Hendry then hit the standing ovation and will challenge Nemeth for the World Championship at Bound for Glory. Say his name and he may just be the next TNA World Champion. And that's it for Impact. Moving on to WWE now to recap the smack. Yeah, it's still me. So Randy Orton opened the show with a question for Cody Rhodes on his decision to team with Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes answered the call out to explain before Kevin Owens interrupted. The Bloodline then also interrupt as Solo challenges Owens and Orton to face him and Jacob. A drawn out segment leading to another predictable tag team match. But anyway, Bayley defeated Naomi in a number 1 contenders match with a high elbow drop and will challenge Nia Jax at Bad Blood this weekend. In a solid match, Carmelo Hayes, one of these famous black men that Triple H apparently doesn't book, defeated Andrade with a roll-up following a distraction from LA Knight. Yeah. Mia Yim defeated Piper Niven despite interference from Chelsea Green. The Bloodline defeated Kevin Owens and Randy Orton in the main event as Cody Rhodes tried to fight off Tama and Tanga despite being told to stay backstage by Owens. Then of course after the match, Owens took exception to Cody's interference and Orton had to play peacemaker between the two of them. So before we kick into Raw, let's go to Moses to take a look at AEW this past weekend with the Rampage report.
This is Rampage, baby. This is a show that y'all been waiting on. Adrenaline
boys and girls. A little bit different of a background today, but let's jump in to the Rampage report. So, the show starts out with Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews defeating the team of Action Andrade and Leo Rush as Black hits Andrade with a roundhouse kick. After the match, pardon me, Andrade threw a drink over Brody King, arguing with Top Flight as Brody attacks. Top Flight fights off the House of Black and holds Andrade back. So I wonder where that whole thing is going to go. Anna Jay returns from her excursion in Japan and defeats Robin Renegade, a Jehu, with a gory bomb. Takeshita getting a little bit of a build, goes on to defeat Angelico with the Raging Fire. We then get the Acclaimed squashing Fancy Clancy and TJ Crawford. Fancy Clancy is an excellent name. After the match, Caster fires shots at the MXM collection. Curious to see where this one goes. And in the main event, in a good match that had a little business, had no business, very little business, however you want to get fancy, being this good. And it was Willow Nightingale versus Taya Valkyrie, and Willow picks up the dub with the powerbomb. So that's it. Let's change gears. Let's get on to the rough course, and that is the collision course. Bam. All right. Same thing, different story this time. It's the collision course. Jamie Hayter in a big return feud with Saray somehow ends up getting booked for collision, but that's okay. Television time is all that matters. And it's Hayter who gets the dub with the Haterade in about 12 minutes. This should have been on a pay-per-view. Maybe we'll get a rerun on a different pay-per-view. The Learning Tree defeats the Conglomeration. That's Big Bill. Hits Mark Briscoe with a choke slam. I wonder, just maybe, is Big Bill going to get involved with Mark Briscoe versus Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship? We'll get into that when we get into Dynamite. Brody King defeats Action Andrade with a super quick cannonball. He's big, he's mean, he's nasty. He's Brody King, and he deserves a singles championship. Jack Perry's open challenge for the TNT Championship is answered by none other than the murder grandpa himself, Minoru Suzuki, with the ending of the match being as sloppy as can be because, well, Suzuki wasn't DQ'd by using a chair in front of Aubrey because she apparently is blind, but then is somehow counted out after a DDT to the floor. So I guess we're just screwing over Suzuki, and that's okay, but I'm not going to say that out loud. After the match, Shibata makes a save from Perry as he tries to continue on the attack onto Suzuki. So again, Shibata's getting some love and could be going for or winning the TNT Championship. I'm all about it. The BCC defeats Private Party and Commander as Yuta loses his cool and went from crazy to tapping out Queen with the cattle mutilation, much to the delight, not dismay, to the delight of Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. And in the main, actually got a couple more. Hologram looking excellent, by the way. One of the awesome luchadors defeats the Beast Mortis and Jarlistico, who should be hanging out a little more in AEW. After the match, Rush brought Mortis and Jarlistico together to reform the LFI, and that's exactly why we should see more. We got to see more of the Los Ingobernables of not Japan, but of Mexico. Hangman Adam Page defeats Jeff Jarrett, yeah, with a low blow, even more, but fuck yeah. And a dead eye in a lumberjack strap match. The sign of stuff they're doing on the collision course is bananas. But in the main event, it is Okada defeating Sami Zayn with a continental title eliminator match. He ends up picking up the dub. Sami's looking good in his return, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is shutting down Okada yet. That's it for us. Let's kick it over to the Cap as he's finna go in it. Ooh, good and raw.
So maintaining what we started last week, just a few brief notes on Raw. Going to give you the 3 count. First of all, the repainted Intercontinental Championship. Mwah, love it. Very reminiscent of the late 90s, early 2000s version of the Intercontinental title, which honestly is one of my favorites. I know everybody loves the old, the one Cody Rhodes brought back, but I do love that nice slim one from the 90s, from the Attitude Era. And honestly, the current design looks so much better with a better color. It did start to look a little bit dead. When it was just, the whole, it wasn't even gold colors, it's brass colored, but it looks so much better now, and Jey Uso's killing it. Another one from the free count, the Monster Mash, as I call it. The ending, of course, Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, destroying everything, including the ring. Always appreciate a good ring break. They are few and far between, but they are always an OMG moment. And then, of course, the return of Seth Rollins was just the icing on the cake. And then finally, at the top of the free count, love it, the return of the classic cells. Speaking of bringing back old designs, nobody ever liked the red cell. It was the stupidest decision they could have made regarding the Hell in a Cell, was painting it red. One of the dumbest things Vince ever did. It was ugly as shit. So a very welcome return for the classic, gritty, metal-looking, evil-looking Hell in a Cell design. So near falls for this past week's Raw. The Judgment Day stand tall twice in one segment, which I kind of find silly, because there should be a little bit of back and forth, but they just looked too dominant. So first of all, they stand tall over the LWO, and then of course they stand tall over Rhea and Damian Priest, and it just because they've had their asses kicked before by Rhea single-handedly, and now all of a sudden she's no match for them, and neither is Damian Priest, so you're making them look weak. So it would have made much more sense for them to stand tall over the LWO and then Damian and Rhea coming in. But anyway, other than that, I can't really take anything else away from Raw. They are steamrolling towards this Netflix move, and just keep the good stuff coming. So that's going to do it for Raw. Now, before we go to Beer for his NXT round, I actually watched NXT this past week for their debut on CW Network. So we're going to go into that a little bit with Moses. So back to us, and then we'll go to Beer's NXT rounds to get your review of NXT.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait for Beer's NXT round this week, because I actually watched it and I want to talk about it because it was a great show. And I know I keep saying it, but I am going to try and keep up with NXT properly now.
Hey.
First of all, opening match, I know Beer was one of these people who was pissed off that Julia lost, but I get it. She hasn't been there very long. She's been there for a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, cup of
you
Joe in the show.
You don't want to put the title on her right away. Plus, it wasn't like she lost clean.
No. Give it time. Let it build. I'm telling you, NXT has been hot.
Yeah. And now you got Cora Jade back, which obviously is what pissed off the dude earlier. And
She'll piss off the internet, Cora Jade.
She may even be reuniting with Roxanne now that they're both heels.
Reuniting, it feels so good.
Yeah. So obviously CM Punk was the guest of the night because it was in Chicago.
Hey, well, yeah.
But you said it earlier, Punk feels so relaxed and at home in NXT. When he is like done in the ring, I do hope he hangs around in NXT and he's just like the cool uncle hanging out with all the kids.
Either that or like the commish.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we need to bring back the commissioners.
I mean, he was channeling Shawn Michaels in that little referee gear before
Trust
the show.
Me, I got all the vibes. All the Shawn vibes.
Triple H got a great pop when they opened the show. I don't think he's been on NXT like at all since, I want to say, one of the takeovers, maybe Brooklyn.
God, has it been that long?
Because he wasn't there for 2.0 because obviously it went to Vince and his dick rider Bruce Pritchard.
Hey.
Which by the way, that's the only really non-revealing thing about the Vince documentary, that Bruce Pritchard is the biggest dick rider in the world.
When your wife that knows nothing about wrestling asks, like, is that guy like his like son or something? I'm like, no. He just he would be nowhere without him. Oh,
yeah. And I get it. He did an amazing thing for Bruce and his wife, but that's because he likes you. Like, how many other wrestlers have died from horrible diseases or whatever? Um, has Vince put that much money into them, or I'm not trying to stir the pot or anything. I'm just saying there is such a thing as favoritism, and you clearly blow him so much that he's gonna look
Oh
out
yeah.
for you.
Knows how
But
much he's
anyway,
squatting as he does.
that's not
Anyway,
NXT.
yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard is what got us into NXT right there. So yeah, I don't think Triple H has been on there since Black and Gold days. So it was very nice to see him back and in the ring with Shawn. And the new logo, the new everything about it feels so much. It feels like a proper change. Like going from 2.0 to the I don't even know what you call the last era because they went back to black and gold, but it wasn't black and gold. It was kind of
No.
white and gold.
Yeah.
This feels like a proper reboot of NXT. Um, it's got that black and gold DNA, but it's got its own identity as well. It's a very nice mixture actually of everything that was good about NXT in the past few years,
Oh,
and the new belts too. Mwah.
yeah.
Normally I
Everything.
hate silver belts, but the NXT ones pop.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's just something about this brand right now. There's just something about this brand that is awesome. And NXT is something everybody should be watching. Yeah, it's on the WB, so it's a lot more accessible than stuff like, Impact. Hey.
Yeah. And Punk kept his word. He was very impartial in the main event, although he was kind of rubbing Ethan Page the wrong way a little bit, but that's because Ethan Page is the heel. And then he waits till Trick gets the big win, starts celebrating to drop the GTS on Ethan Page. So I don't know if we're gonna get some more between those two.
Oh, I sure hope so. God, I hope so.
I still find it so weird though that when NXT finishes, they show like executive producer and everything at the bottom. It's like the end of The Simpsons. It's weird.
Kinda nice.
I'm just
It's-
used to the little logo in the bottom corner.
It is a little off-putting, but I guess with as much television as I've watched over the years, it kind of just blends in as well.
Yeah, it's I'm not used to seeing that on a wrestling show, but we'll get used to it. But yeah, overall solid show of NXT. We had some surprises. And you know what? Like I say, I haven't really been keeping up with it, but I am really looking forward to Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo. They sold.
Femi.
I never thought a Miz segment would sell a feud so well.
I've said that many a times in my life, but the fucking Miz always comes out of nowhere with his segments. But it's easy when you got massive stars. Tony D'Angelo, I remember when I was making fun of this guy on a daily. And now he's become one of the biggest things in NXT and will likely become one of the bigger things in WWE when he gets his main roster call up, and it's coming. And Obafemi, I want to say he was a former basketball player. And again,
I mean, he's the right size.
A lot of these athletes I look at and I'm like, there's no way you're going to make it in this biz. And then they make it. And it's, again, this is when you just go, shut the hell up, because they proved you wrong. I mean, they proved it to you that this is what they can do and they can do it well. And again, this is a dude who was green as fucking grass, but a year and a half ago. And he's awesome. He can talk. He can work.
Oh, he's a great talker. I can see what Beer likes so much about him. He's got the look.
Yes,
talk.
that's that. Thank you. He's got that look. Motherfuckers don't really have it no more. That look, he's got it. He's menacing.
Yeah. Before I got a good look at him, I heard people describe him as what Omos should have been. I can see that.
That's so fucking perfect. That's so perfect.
Yeah.
So perfect.
So keep all the good stuff coming from NXT. And now we're going to get a more in-depth look at this past week's debut on the CW from Beer with the NXT round.
What's good, people? This is Beer. This is your NXT review for the 1st of October 2024, and this is the first episode on the CW network. So let's get into this. So the show kicks off with Shawn Michaels comes to the ring and welcomes everyone to a new network, and you can't have a new NXT without new championship belts. Now the new belts look sexual, by the way. I'm a big fan of those two championships. So it's Triple H. So then after that, Triple H then comes in his ring as well. But you couldn't have the start of NXT
without the man who's running it now and the guy who did it previously. You made Black and Gold special. So anyway, we kick off the show with Roxanne Perez defending the NXT Women's Championship match against the beautiful Madness Julia. Now, this has caused controversy across the internet. I, for one, was a bit pissed off about it. At first, Roxanne retained the Women's Championship after the return of Cora Jade and attacks Julia. Sean, I said, the wooden spoon, until I calm down. And I think now this is going to factor into a story, so I was okay with it in the end, because we all know that Stephanie Baker is arriving very soon, so it's going to end up being Team 2001 against Julia and Stephanie Baker. It was a very good match, a bit sloppy at times, but then again, you got to remember, Julia is a bit rusty, so I know it may not be a bit of an excuse. We had a little bit of a funny segment backstage with CM Punk with Ava. Calls it right, wants to call it, confirms he'll call it right down the middle. Lexis King joins the conversation and are meant to pull the fast one on him. And he asks, I think a former AEW superstar asks CM Punk for advice. I thought that was a bit funny, to be fair. Second match of the evening, we have Wesley versus Zachary Wentz, and this was match of the fucking night. This match was incredible. I put on Twitter, I said, if there's anyone that is available first from TNA to make the jump straight back to the WWE, Nash Carter, or Zachary Wentz, whatever you want to call him, he's at the top of the list. That was an incredible match between Wesley and Zachary Wentz. Match ended with Wesley picking up the 1-2-3 with chains around his knees and then hits the flying meteor on the chair on Zachary Wentz for the 1-2-3. Cora Jade cuts a promo backstage and saying that she's the real savior of the NXT division. And Roxanne asked what was that about. And then she said she appreciates changing Roxanne's attitude. The response from Roxanne was, who knows, maybe a con of enemy can bring them back together. Then we have Miz TV with Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo. With a very, very good segment. Obafemi is an absolute massacre on the microphone. And it even had a Thanos sort of thing, saying, I am inevitable. I'm like, Oba's the man. Oba's the beast, man. Anyway, we get to the penultimate match of the evening. We have Fatal Influence with Jasmine Nitz taking on Jada Placa and Lola Vice. It was a win for Fatal Influence. Jada actually walked out on the match, so it looks like Jada has turned back into a heel. And obviously how over Lola's been, so I think it was easy enough to put Lola as a face. And Kalani Jordan was actually a commentary at ringside as well, so it looks like that they were going to jump Kalani. We have an appearance from Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to come to the rescue. Now then, we have a match confirmed for St. Louis. We have Fatal Influence against Kalani, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. Now that's going to cook, man. Now, this is very interesting also what happened. There was a vignette played of someone walking on like a highway or a freeway, as they call it in the States. That we call it the motorway in the UK, and it was someone walking around the middle. Now there was a little Easter egg that said one part says 10 and the other one says 27. So we've got the impression that it's going to be on the 27th of October. We see this mystery person, and that mystery person is Australian sensation Delta. Now, I gotta admit, I've been a bit of a nerd, and I did look up a few of her matches, and she looks rough. And I mean, in a good way. Delta looks the real freaking deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing her at Halloween Havoc. Anyway, the main event of the evening sees All Ego Ethan Page defending the NXT World Championship against Trick Williams and CM Punk as the special guest referee, and we have a new NXT World Heavyweight Champion in Trick freaking Williams. Brilliant match. Was not the match tonight by some distance. It was definitely Zach and Wesley by some distance. Gets a trick shot for the 1-2-3 after an Ego's Edge earlier through the announce table. CM Punk hits Ethan Page with the GTS as the show goes off there. Now, the one part I was a bit disappointed in is that there was no Drew McIntyre. That was a bit of a disappointment because I thought Drew would have made an appearance. And we did have the ratings in for NXT, and it was actually 895. The show peaked at around 933 with Julia and Roxanne Perez. So it's good numbers for NXT, so it's a good start. But do I think that they'll stay around the 800 mark? I don't think it will, but you never know. Who knows with the NXT? But you know what? I haven't done this for a while. I have not done this for a while. Now, you all need to know what time it is. What time is it? Tell me what time it is. And I know you're going to insult me after your team beat my team on the weekend, Mr. LFA. But my partner, my brother, your world champion, sends it to you. Take it away, amigo. It's last night at Dynamite.
Last night.
All right, let's get into the extended last night on Dynamite because it was an extended Dynamite. I want to say they went like over like a half an hour plus. I like that. I don't want to say do it all the time, but I like that. So it was the 5-year anniversary of Dynamite debuting on the Turner Network, if you will. Let's just keep it that way. So the BCC opened up the show backstage with a backstage promo, very menacing, very just. It was shot very well.
Yeah, beautiful cinematic promo.
Thank you. And it was Pac. It was Claudio seemingly addressing Wheeler Yuta and Moxley, sending a message to Bryan Danielson saying he didn't want him to win the belt. But hey, he's going to take it from him anyway. He said, he said on the October the 12th, I'm going to be relieving you of your world championship. And this new, like, vicious Moxley is awesome. Fucking love this. And then we get Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. It ends in a time limit draw. The people were going bananas. It wasn't as gymnastic as I thought it would be. And then all of a sudden, we're like, we want more time. They want the thing restarted. Tony Khan tells the ring announcer the match is just going to keep going. It's just going to keep going. And in 2 moves later, in comes Konosuke Takeshita because there's going to be massive beef, or there is massive beef between him and Will Ospreay. And I have a funny feeling Takeshita might just be the guy to beat Ospreay for the International Championship.
Yeah.
So, God, this was terrible. 3 very, very long minutes of Mercedes Moné just absolutely like the fucking bicycle pump, the fucking balloon head she had before MVP interrupts, giving him her card or giving her his card. And I'm just thinking to myself, if this Hurt Business is coming back and Mercedes is in it, that business is real hurt and it's going to go real bad, real fast. Mercedes is just dreadful. Just good old-fashioned dreadful. Anyway, we get TV time with Chris Jericho. Not as dreadful. He challenges Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Mark Briscoe comes down and he, of course, answers his challenge, talking about, you're not the Ocho. So I'm loving Mark Briscoe. This is good shit. And then pre-tape promos. Got to love these. Darby Allin addresses his recent loss and issues an open challenge for Wrestle Dream. I have a funny feeling this could be a wide opening for Swerve. The 2 Washington boys get to go at it in the middle of Washington. I don't know if that's really what's going to happen, but we will see. We actually get back to some fun wrestling, and Hangman Adam Page was supposed to wrestle Juice Robinson. They literally just fucking go, but I thought this was the match the entire time. I'm like watching it as I'm taking care of things, and I'm like, oh, they're fucking and just fighting everywhere. Oh, that's a good ass crazy match. No, it was not the match. I then heard the bell ring, and I turned it and stopped it. Okay, here we go. And then it turns into where Hangman actually gives him a dub. Wins with the buckshot. After the match, he begins to choke Juice with this belt. That's when we see Switchblade Jay White come in out of nowhere, which I'd been wondering where the fuck has this guy been. But then again, they hide people on other shows.
Apparently he was injured.
I had no idea. No
he was just
idea.
missing.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So backstage, Katsuyori Shibata, face that we all love to see, actually challenges Jack Perry for the TNT Championship at Wrestle Dream. I don't want to say this is the time for Jack Perry to lose it, but hey, why not give it to Shibata? You know what I mean? I'm a biased guy for Shibata. Another backstage segment. Bryan Danielson addresses Moxley, and then, of course, his challenge to Okada, talking about how he broke his orbital bone, broke his eye, but he will never break his spirit. Britt Baker finally looks better in a match. I'm going to thank a lot of it to Serena Deeb, though, as she ends up beating her with a lockjaw. Deeb then attacks Britt Baker after the match before Queen Amamita makes the save, which, of all the people, she was not the one I was thinking was going to make a save. We get Renee interviewing Hook about Taz's attack earlier in the day. He just says, I'm going to find you. Very New York of him.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this attack.
Same. I was like, I don't know how it happened. Maybe it's
I was like rewinding the show going, did I miss something?
Same. I went all the way to the back, all the way to the beginning. And I was just thinking to myself, okay, well, great. If you're going to do something on social media, let me see it. Like,
yeah,
fucking hell, people. Very fiery backstage segment between Mariah May and Willow Nightingale, shooting shots back and forth, talking about, oh, how you lost here, you lost there, now you want a shot at my women's championship. Willow Nightingale's like, well, yeah, of course I want a shot at the women's championship. What the fuck am I doing here? Which makes perfect sense, by the way.
Yeah.
Private Party beats a couple of fucking jahoobs, set their sight on tag team gold. That's when the Bucks come out. T's defending it. They say, well, we got really limited dates. We don't want to have to deal with anything here in Pittsburgh. I love those lines, by the way. Love that line. Jack Perry comes out and just starts beating the shit out of fucking Private Party, which is kind of a little far-fetched in my brain, but it went down. Shibata comes out to make the fucking save. That's when we get CD, Christopher Daniels, sets up a 6-man tag team match for Rampage. I'm sure we're going to get Private Party versus the Bucks, probably at Wrestle Dream. So,
yeah.
I don't hate it. Backstage, yet again, MVP teases his big announcement, but is then confronted by Prince Nana. MVP introduces his business partner, Mr. Shelton Benjamin. So, with that being said, I'm almost positive Bobby Lashley's on the way, and the Hurt Business will be in full fucking form. And then in the main event, and a good main event, but it still makes me want more, Bryan Danielson defeats Okada with a cradle while Claudio Castagnoli and Pac watch in the crowd. After the match, Okada attacked Danielson with the Rainmaker. The BCC surrounded Danielson as Mox teases that they're going to, get some strings pulled. That's when Wheeler Yuta comes down with this fucking massive claw hammer and just is like swinging at people. And then he challenges Claudio and Pac to a match next week. So Yuta is still a good guy. He still cares about Bryan. Does it last next week, though? It's my number one overall
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Fucking massive hammer. That thing was almost as big as he was.
The whole thing sounds like a big ploy
really
to
does.
get Danielson alone in the ring, and then just everybody turns on him.
Everybody.
Yuta, you bastard.
Asshole.
Yeah, solid show for the 5th anniversary. It wasn't anything like spectacular for an anniversary show, but it was good.
It was good.
And the only other thing from like the Jericho segment too, like he referenced Jay to Mark Briscoe, and that little fire in Mark. That's what we want to see.
Yep, that's all we want to see. Just give you that fire in your eyes, passion. Make it passion.
And also, yeah, like Moses said, if you're going to do a segment or an angle on social media, mention it on TV before we get to the interview, because it was just like, so Taz was attacked earlier tonight. Like, wait, what?
He was? Right over our
Just
heads.
show us the tweet, something. Or,
yeah, I mean, like,
because I don't think they even mentioned why Nigel was on commentary at the start of the show today. It was just like, hey, welcome to Dynamite.
I was literally going to be asking that question, too. I was like, it's just fucking Idol's been taken over on commentary, or what's that? But nope. Social media angle. Don't do it.
No disrespect to Taz. They switch announcers so often. I didn't even notice that he had been replaced by Nigel this week. I was just like, oh, cool. Nigel's on commentary.
Yeah, yep. 1,000%. I was saying that. I was like, oh, they're switching it up.
Oh, come on, Tony.
My oh my, how the tables have turned. You know, last year I was the one making an open challenger promo series, and now this year it's you. After 8 months of hard work, you have become the Max Wrestling World's Heavyweight Champion. Congratulations, Beer. But you see, you're not the only one who won a championship this year in Max Wrestling. Back at Money Shot, I defeated Chad Malcolm for the Max Wrestling Television Championship, my first championship in Max Wrestling in over 3 years. But unfortunately, due to medical circumstances, my fault, by the way, I had to relinquish that championship. And please believe I will be coming back for that television championship, a championship that I never lost. But this right here, this takes precedence over that. You see, Beer, with you being the Max Wrestling World's Heavyweight Champion, that means you're the guy. You are the face of Max Wrestling. You're carving your path. You are going on to legendary status. But you're looking at a true legend. So with that being said, I accept your challenge for a World Championship match at Promo Series, and hopefully you could hold on to this for a lengthy amount of time, unlike you did the Knowledge Championship. How now, apropos, look at the operative word, time, because a Promo Series, time, will not be on your side. Later, much.
At this point, we have absolutely no idea if Travis the Walker Anderson will make it to Promo Series due to the absolute horrific weather that is happening out in this during the hurricane season, if you will. But if he does, he will, of course, go one-on-one with the captain in the thickest blood feud since Beer in the Cap. It's been going on all the way down for a whole year. Can this date be the one that we keep? Can this actually go down like it went down back in 2022?
Any excuse to duck me. And if he's got any sense, Phoenix won't show up either. But if he does, I look forward to seeing him lose the Knowledge Championship as he defends it in the traditional winner stays on gauntlet, beginning with Kenny Killer, then going on to Moses Marquez himself, and a mystery third opponent, which is not going to be me this year. I've already done 2 years back to back, and I won it by a fluke last year, so it's going to be somebody different this year, I promise.
The three opponents in the traditional gauntlet are scary. Speaking of gauntlets, the Golden Gauntlet is happening. The television championship will be on the line as the winner of the Golden Gauntlet will challenge Cypher for his Max Wrestling Television Heavyweight Championship of the world. And if Cypher can make it, then it actually all depends on who can get to Cypher to see who will do it. We wish nothing but the best for everybody in this tournament and everybody affected in the lovely hurricanes. And in due time, we will see who takes on Corey for the television championship. And it just might be the best television champion there ever was.
No, I'm not in the gauntlet. And as you heard just moments ago, Beer has his first official challenge as the Max World Champion. He will defend, I'll make it official, he will defend against none other than the podcast machine, Mike Larkin. It goes down November 28th. Go to maxwrestling.weebly.com/promo series for more information.
And the theme song for Promo Series is Behind Enemy Lines by Captain's Revenge, taken from the Cap's debut album, Monster, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever it is you can stream and share your music. Go click it right now and get some listens in.
Yeah, cheap plug. And now let's finish off the show with our lovely boards. One's nice, one's not so nice, but we always check them twice. It is time for the Bell-End board.
A bellend?
A bellend? You're a bellend, mate. Look, bellend 1, bellend 2, big veiny bellend over here.
So no changes as of last week. The top 5 is still Hulk Hogan, Tony Khan, The Sex Ring, Donald Trump, and then right at the top is Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff at the 103. So I finally finished the doc. As you stated beautifully, there's pretty much everything we had already learned was on the last episode. For those who were like, oh God, there's something juicy. Honestly, the juiciest stuff we got was Tony Atlas. So fucking thank you, Tony. We appreciate you, Tony. But I want to give a couple of points. We're gonna give some fivers on this one. All coming off of this whole thing. I want to give 5 points to Eric Bischoff because, as you said beautifully last week, and as my wife said beautifully sitting next to me, does this guy only plug the fact that he won against WWE a bunch or what? That's the only thing he does.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he does. So Eric Bischoff gets it because 83 weeks is his favorite word. So 5 points for your dumbass. I want to give I don't know if I really want to do it like this, but I'm going to do it like this. I want to give 5 points to Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Because I feel like as much as he wasn't as hardcore of a level of a dick rider as Bruce Pritchard was, he knows good goddamn and well he had moments in this entire thing where he was saving himself and then moments where he was saving Vince. And to the times you were saving Vince, you should have been saving your goddamn self. So because of that, you're going to get 5. And then I actually want to give just another lovely 10. So that way, hopefully, they can be above Eric Bischoff to the sex ring, because the reality of the matter is that it's so much.
Yeah.
To have to live the proceedings, the lawsuit, and what was stated in the lawsuit, the questions asked about it, the John Laurinaitis involvement, the other guys involved, all this shit. It just needs an extra 10 points, just because it needs to be known that this is what went down. This is the reason why he quit and walked away. This is the reason why Papa H had to come in and rescue this fucking company.
Yeah, so they go back to the top. They are now 2 points above Eric Bischoff.
Beautiful.
Can we give some to Netflix too? Because
hey,
we were expecting a little more, and all they gave us was I get now after watching it that it was intended for casual viewers. But
yeah, but like you built this shit up like it was fucking Dark Side of the Ring. And we love Dark Side of the Ring. Like Dark Side of the Ring told you shit you weren't supposed to know. And yet you just got rejumbled shit here. So I mean,
it was pretty much like a WWE documentary.
You know what? Because you said it so nice, Netflix gets 20 points for just being a cock tease. You bastards.
Yeah, you sucked us right in. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. There was nothing really bad in WWE this week, so all of the bad news was on Vince still from the documentary. So there you go. Yeah, as it should be.
As fucking should. Yes,
and his new catchphrase is officially, well, that was Mr. McMahon, the character. That wasn't me. That was the character I was playing. It's fucking you with the volume turned up.
To audibly hear casual wrestling fans laugh out loud when that shit is said, and then look at you like, how full of shit is he? Oh, all the full of the shits. All of them. When your own son is like, yeah, no, that's him. You're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? To be fair, they did give us a little bit of new information with Shane, especially, or Paul Heyman did anyway. So
yeah.
Let's jump on to the other side of the board with the bruv board. Bruv.
Brother.
Immediately, you know what? I'm going to give 10 points to Paul Heyman for that knife story. That was... Maybe it's just the way he tells it, too, because Paul Heyman is such an amazing storyteller, but he made it so intense.
He could fucking read you a bedtime story and it would be amazing. It's fucking Paul Heyman guy. I love him. God, I love Paul Heyman.
So, another 10 to Paul Heyman. We gave 10 points to Tony Atlas this week because he was the star of the documentary, but he was the star right up to the end, too. So, another 10 points to Tony Atlas.
Yes. Tony is the man, dude. I'm telling you, if there's anybody in this fucking business who's going to fucking shoot it straight as shit, it's fucking Tony Atlas.
Oh, yeah. Just no filter.
Not a one.
Can we get a Tony Atlas documentary, too?
Please. For the love of God. Self-narrated, too.
Yes, please. I'm going to go to NXT for this one. I don't think I've ever... Oh, no, we gave Trick some points before, but 10 points to Obafemi. I see a very bright future for that dude.
All the brights.
Yeah.
I just want to give NXT points, period. I mean...
Let's go Shawn Michaels then.
There you go. Yeah, give it to Uncle Shawn, if you will. Cool Uncle Shawn, just out there building the fuck out of cats. Taking a guy like Ethan Page, knowing he's a fucking superstar, stud, whatever. And granted, yes, he just put over Trick, but at the same time, did Ethan go down? Is Ethan any less of a fucking big time star right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. NXT is killing it. and everybody else needs to fucking take note.
I don't know if anybody else has made this comparison, but I think Sean has done for NXT what Scott D'Amore did for TNA.
Hey, now there's
Or, I mean, Impact, because it was still Impact, and then they kicked him to the curb after fucking TNA, but fuck you, Anthem. So, yeah, 10 points to HBK. I'm going to give Punk more points, too, because, like I said, he seems to love it in NXT. So, 5 points to Punk. And what about AEW?
AEW. We'll give some points to fucking to Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay and Ricochet for putting on a banger, even though everybody likes to give him some shit. We'll give those guys 5 points. Or give it to Tony, I guess. Fuck it, because Tony's the one booking the shit. And 10 points to Brian. Got to give more points to Brian. Going out there, putting on matches against fucking the greatest in the world and Kazuchika Okada. Hanging out, cutting promos, talking about how much he loves AEW, and this is where the best come to wrestle. Brian deserves all the love.
Yeah, okay. And Mox. I'm going to give points to Mox for being just such a menace right now.
Being the fucking man.
Surprisingly, that is Mox's debut on the Bruv board.
Oh, we're fucking pathetic.
I'm pretty sure we gave him a lot of points last year for carrying AEW on his back when Punk got injured.
There we go.
10 points to Mox.
He's the man. If he can't do it, nobody can.
All right, that'll do it for this week. But if you have any suggestions to add your own names to the Bell End or the Bruv boards, if you know any Bell Ends or Bruvs, please let us know in the comments, and we will decide how many points to give them next week. And that's going to do it almost. Thank you for joining us. I hope we rocked you harder than Pat Patterson grabbing your pecker.
A pecker!
Before we close up, let's find out what host Mo and the CSK have for you pencil neck geeks with a roundup of Click Talk.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, hopefully we don't have a documentary one day where somebody was grabbing somebody's pecker. But anyway, that's a different story for a different day. You know, God only knows what happens with the boys when the boys are doing their thing. Speaking of the boys doing their thing, Long Lost Episodes is going to be its own little thing, I promise y'all. It's not anything negative. It is literally just, I keep forgetting. That's all. So there's a whole bunch of stuff dropping all in, all out. Giggity. Max Footy Pod's coming hard, heavy. But the one thing that is going to drop preferably on time this Saturday is WWE's Bad Blood. Sunday morning, Monday morning will. Regardless of the fun clips, regardless of the cool cuts, it will drop no later than Monday morning. So you have something to get your Monday started. And those will end up being it like that. I've realized I try to do too much in the editing world. I'm trying to be Daz. It's fucking hard. Okay? This guy spends like 2 whole days editing shows. So it's not my problem. Just trying to say we're the best here. But it is what it is. Make sure you're subscribed on all the lovely platforms. Make sure you're following us on the Evil X Machine Twitter if you're nasty, Max Wrestling UK, Captain 512, SMR Podnet, Max Football Pod, because yes, that's coming back hot and heavy too. Again, the long lost episodes will be a thing. Check out the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, preferably right here on YouTube, but of course over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course TikTok and any other social you see Max Wrestling UK on. That's the best way to follow us. And as you heard the man earlier, the predictions is going down on Saturday. If you're following us on the Facebook group, you have a chance to become predictions champion.
Damn right. As Mo said earlier, Monster's out right now. My first album. Second album's coming soon, and the first track, which is the theme song for Max Wrestling, is available right now on all the streaming platforms. It is, of course, Every Single Scar. That's it for this week. Join us next week for more predictions with Wrestle Dream. And of course, all the reactions to Bad Blood and beyond, and week 3 of the Golden Gauntlet. Who will be stepping up next? You've been watching the Cap and Mo. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.
Step up or step aside. The matter is, I'm going all the way to the end.